Hey, what's going on?
Matt, good to see you. Mrs. Carpenter, Frank Cusimano, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can I call you Tammie on the air?
Absolutely.
Great. I love your shirt, by the way. All right, I think we're rolling.
Representing.
She dressed up for the occasion. I didn't.
All right. First of all, tell me about Matt as a kid and when you knew that he wasn't just going to be a pretty good player, he had a chance to make it to the big leagues.
It's really funny. He was always a baseball kid. From the moment he was probably, little bitty, and he would sit on my lap at baseball games, my husband being a coach, and he would just make little comments and watch the players when they hit. I mean, he was intense. And I was like, this is not normal, because, usually guys want to go out and play around. And then when he turned about 18 months, somewhere around 18 to 2, he picked up a sliding glass door and started swinging. So I knew right away he was ready to be involved in baseball a lot. So he's loved it.
Matt, how did the dynamics work with your father being a Hall of Fame coach? Was your mom like the good cop and your dad was the bad cop, or was he ever a bad cop? And who was the good and bad?
You know what? Thankfully, they were both, very encouraging and positive, and never really, really the only thing that I can remember ever being talked about was if I didn't hustle or play hard. Those are, and thankfully I didn't do that very often. So those are things that, as a coach, you want your players to do, but even as a father or a mother, you want your son to go out and give it his best effort. And for the most part, I always did that. So, we didn't have too many issues, with that.
Tammie, I know we love our kids no matter what they do. It's unconditional love. But was it like a little easier to like him when he went 4 for 4?
Of course, it makes you feel good inside. So it was good.
Give me an idea about how you were nervous, or if you were nervous at all, with every one of his at-bats, either as a kid or high school, college, or pro.
I think I can remember always being a little nervous when he would get up to bat, get excited but nervous. And when he was in the 12-year-old All-Stars, I really noticed myself getting very nervous when he was, because it meant something, it was starting to really be something that he was going to pursue, and you'd get really nervous. In college, always. I still get nervous when he's up.
Now though, Frank, when she's at the games now, she just cares about the grandkids. She doesn't even watch me. She doesn't even watch me hit anymore.
Oh, no, that's not true. I still get nervous.
Well, I hear that's true, that the grandparents actually like the grandkids better than their own kids. Is that true, Tammie?
Oh, it's true.
Oh, it's true. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're not a grandfather yet, I guess.
Not yet.
It changes your life.
Matt, how about the idea with your dad and this great baseball mind of his? Where was he in this whole dynamic? Was he, in addition to being your father, your coach, your best friend, or was it your mom, the one you leaned on when you wanted a friend?
Well, so, I've always said there's probably no woman in the world who's been to more baseball games than my mom. From start to finish with, my dad and his career, followed by, my own career from the time I could walk playing baseball. She's driving us all over town. And then my younger brother, who also played professional baseball, going to all his games. So, if you add all those up, it's a long lot of car trips, a lot of games. And so my dad was kind of always the instructor and the one who taught us the game and showed us how to play the game. But our mom was always the biggest encourager, and also the person who was around the most, went to every game. My dad made it to most games, but, he had his own season. But, she never missed.
Did she ever give you a swing thought?
I can't remember much. You know what she tells me? You know what she says the most? She goes, Matt, you should really start doing some yoga. It'd be good for your back. She tells me something like that.
Yeah, stretching. Yes.
And have you you've done some different type of training and fitness stuff over the years, correct?
I have. Yeah, I've kind of bounced around a lot, trying to find what works best.
Okay, so Tammie, you're based in Texas, but do you are you watching every at bat on your TV?
Yes, definitely. And even get nervous watching the TV.
What was it like a couple of years ago when he just like seemingly hit a home run like every other at bat in his 36 home run season in that stretch? What was that like for you?
It was very, very exciting, but it was almost like, really? Again? But it was fun. It was a great time to watch.
We're talking with Matt and Tammie Carpenter. What about, Matt, your children and their involvement in the game and what you've learned from your parents that you're passing along, you want to pass along to them? What parental instincts do you want to give to them that you got?
One thing I would say there's a couple things. One, you really learn fast as a parent that your kids watch everything you do, both for the good and for the bad. Both of my kids, my daughter and my son, have just picked up enjoying the game of baseball just because I think they see me and how much I enjoy it. I mean, I haven't really, I'm not the kind of dad, and my parents were the same way. I wasn't, pushing it on them and trying to feed them baseball down their throat 24/7. But our family enjoys it. We enjoy the game, and I think that our kids just pick up on that. They pick up on that enjoyment, and so that's one thing. And then secondly, just the unconditional love that you give your kids. I mean, probably the best quality that both my parents have, showed me my whole life is just love. And so I try to do the same thing to the best of my ability for my own kids.
Tammie, do you remember his first major league game and his first at bat and what that moment was like? You were in St. Louis, I imagine, or was it on the road?
Yes, we were in St. Louis.
Yeah, describe it.
To be honest with you, I can't remember specifics. You could ask my husband the same question. He could tell you how many counts he had.
I'll give you this. It was at home versus the Cubs.
Yes.
Okay, and then you finish the story. Is that all you got?
That's all I have. Isn't that?
She was there, though. She was there.
And I saw him hit, but I was probably so nervous I can't remember what he did.
What did you do, Matt?
So it was a 2-strike. I'm pretty sure it was 0-2, and it was a home run in dead center field at Busch versus the Cubs, and it was a game that I ended up going 4 for 4 in. And I have the bat somewhere in this room, actually, but it was pretty awesome. And she was there. My dad's his season was going on, so he couldn't make it, but my mom was in the stands.
So are you thinking, Tammie, boy, this is going to be fun. He's going to do this every night.
Right. Wouldn't that be a nice thought? But I was just nervous. I'm telling you, it's just a surreal feeling when you're sitting there watching your son out there at a game that you have watched all your life, and then all of a sudden he's out there doing this, and it was just so surreal. I just can't even explain it.
Matt, do you remember having a big game on a Mother's Day for your mom and told her, yeah, that was for you?
I'm pretty sure, I can't think of any specific huge game, but I remember I'm pretty sure I hit a home run on Mother's Day one year. But, with all the fun things that Major League Baseball does on Mother's Day, like the cleats and the bats, she's got quite the memorabilia stored up, all that pink stuff, I sign and give it to her. So, nothing. I can't think of one like spectacular game, but just a lot of cool moments.
This is the first interview we've done where mom and son are actually together on the same screen. How close are you, and why are you together now? Matt, you're back in Texas or what?
We are. So we have a ranch in Texas that is about 400 acres, and my mom and dad are actually building their retirement home, the home they're going to retire in out here. So they are in the process of that currently, and so they're out here.
And so we're all in the same place right now.
Wow. So Tammie, you'll have the grandkids for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. It's all in a plan.
And then before we let you go, Matt, if we can put the camera just on you for a moment, I'm going to have you do a Mother's Day greeting for our St. Louis audience.
Okay.
If we can have you, actually, I have one baseball question and then that.
Okay.
If we can say, hey, St. Louis, I'm Matt Carpenter. I want to send the love, just send the love on Happy Mother's Day, something along those lines. Just
Okay.
go ahead and take your time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, St. Louis, this is Matt Carpenter. I just want to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. We wish you guys the best and hope you have a wonderful, safe Mother's Day.
Awesome. And then one quick baseball thought, Matt. You were starting to really come on in the spring. You liked everything you did in the off season. How are you staying sharp and making sure you're ready when things do resume?
Yeah, I really did. I love where I'm at. I loved where I'm at, where I was at, when we broke, and I honestly still do. I mean, outside of being able to face live pitching and really, have my timing as dialed in as it was toward the end. Nothing has changed a ton for me. I've been really fortunate. I was mentioning earlier how my folks are here. My dad has spent this entire quarantine with me at our place, and we've been able to go to the field, the local high school field here, and take ground balls every day, hit every day, which is kind of unique considering the situation that we're in. Most people don't have that opportunity. So I've been really blessed to be able to do that. So I haven't really missed a beat, been able to get a lot of work in and feel good about it. I mean, outside of my timing from game speed, pitching, other than that, I feel like, I'm ready to go.
And not to oversimplify it, but you told me this in Jupiter, you're kind of going back to your roots where you want to pull the ball more.
Yeah. I really, want to get back to that hitter that I came up as, guy who uses the whole field, tough with two strikes, can really spray the ball around, but, hit the ball with authority when he needs to. But just really simply put, I want to just be a tougher out this year and not be so one-dimensional. So really worked hard on getting back to that and feel good about where it's at.
And how would you feel about playing baseball with no fans, which seems like it's a realistic option initially?
You know what? I'm torn on it because most people don't understand what it's like to play in Busch Stadium. So most people don't understand what it's like to have a fan base like we have in St. Louis. So I'm really torn because it's sad that we're not going to get to experience that potentially. But then on the flip side of it, those fans still want to see baseball, and our country wants to see baseball, and we need to play it. So whatever gets us on the field the fastest, I'm for it. I obviously want to get our amazing fans in the seats sooner rather than later, though.
And last thought, tell me what Tammie Carpenter means to you.
Oh, wow. You're going to put me on the spot like that. You know what? She means everything to me. I mean, your mom is the, first woman in your life that you really, love and you learn what love is all about. So I love my mom, and I can't thank her enough for everything she's done for me.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
All right, Frank, thank you. Have a good one.
We'll see you soon. Thank you, Tammie.
All righty.
Thank you.